discipline per se, but our track record is really not that good in a lot of ways. And, you know, that's all been under the Uniform Approved Investor Act.
Can you be more specific? When you say that, it gets out into the ether and the press, and that is not really an accurate statement. The track record of the SIC for 15 years, if you look at 15 years, is pretty poor. No question about it. So, it's the same old SIC with the same.
Well, other comments? I mean, we just went over the real estate portfolio. It's obviously
Poor decisions were made about
to council to make available information that enables us to really understand the portfolio. And, you know, I'm not sure we always have that information. I'm not comfortable myself. So.
Well, I don't think that the adoption of this act, which was done some time ago, is being interpreted by this council as a license for complaisance in duties.
And I do think it's important that the staff continues to enlighten us as to how that investment fits within that portfolio so that we have a good feel for it. And maybe we can understand we take a little more risk here, we'll take a little less risk here, things like that. But I have to say that in 5 months I feel like I've been adequately educated about the investments with which we've been presented. And so from that regard, I think that the transition is going pretty smoothly. And at least it seems to me based on that 5 months.
Mark, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I guess, Vince, just one comment. We're talking about delegation, and we're delegating to whether it's staff or consultants. Is that formal delegation by the board itself, the council? Is that a delegation by appointment to the position? How does delegation work?
Generally, Mr. Treasurer, we want to delegate a position with the versus what you choose. When you delegate a specific task, you told us the objective of that to get the best rate of return, and you told us the way you want to monitor it.
Put note to that when you sort of editorialize the presentation, the group and the investor sort of looks at setting up some committees and stuff.
Within a broad framework. You know, we look at equities as a capital appreciation vehicle as opposed to bonds, which we would say are more capital preservation. Kind of further, we would delineate that into domestically based equity investments and then non-U.S., so everything outside of the U.S. As you recall, we did a structure study for U.S. and out of that, what it would look like. Really, kind of 7 principles and ideals. Here, I won't go through each one of them individually.
Very similar to what they were for the large cap.
Yeah. Here, I will note that a few of these this is kind of the holy grail of creating an equity portfolio. If you can do all these, you're doing very well. But some of these are kind of pairwise and consistent. It's tough to have reliable beta exposure or market exposure to non-U.S. equities, but then also not participate in down markets. So really, kind of the purpose of this was to say, how do we want to structure this evaluation of the current portfolio, and are there particular areas where we want to focus our attention or not?
And I would add on this page is that, again, this is taking the constraint that you have and living with it. In a perfect world, it would look like this, but you'll also notice we're saying we're comfortable with this model, but we also look at that last bullet, because this is something that needs to be monitored. This is something within certain guidelines that we would have you delegate the actual implementation to staff who can monitor it.
So if we could flip forward to page 8 within this portion of the packet.
Now we're stepping back and looking at your actual portfolio.
So as I said, that model looked at how do we replicate given our constraints, global equity returns. What this does is this is kind of more of a balance sheet approach, and it says taking a snapshot. This is as of September 30th.